Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Courtside Convo with me, Meds. And again, as always, if you've been enjoying the content, please make sure to like, subscribe, or leave a comment in the video to help support the channel so I can keep bringing you guys more content. So today we're going to talk about Kyrie Irving and some of the crazy things he's been saying in the media, on his own social media, and other platforms like podcasts, etc. Now, just as a disclaimer, I do want to point out that, look, Kyrie Irving is an amazing basketball player. He's one of the most talented players I've ever seen in my life. His handles are the best I've ever seen in my life. He can shoot, he can post up, he can dribble, he can pass, he can do everything. As a basketball player, I have nothing wrong to say about this guy. He's a star, he performs in crunch times. He's just good all around in terms of basketball skill set. I might question his leadership in this video, but everything else, as in terms of basketball, perfect. But he's been in the news again, and basically he's been refusing to talk to the media, and he doesn't want to talk to pawns. To be honest, this has been a reoccurring problem throughout his career, where he said controversial things. And even though some of it has been cool and entertaining, a lot of it has been just out there and caused a lot of stir around the league and in the media and with fans. And it's just becoming confusing. Some of the things he said, I don't think anyone understands what he's actually talking about. Like his comments about not needing a coach.
That might be one of the most ignorant damn things that I've heard a player say. We don't really need a coach? Tell me a player in the history of sports that never needed coaching.
Now, I'm not even gonna get into this because I can name you 1,000,001 reasons why every team sports needs a coach. And I guarantee you every single person who's played in a team environment understands the importance of a coach. But again, this is one of those answers to questions that comes across as like he's above it all, or he doesn't need certain things, or he's too good for it. And I think he realized that, and he backtracked on this, and that's become a reoccurring theme with a lot of the things that he says and does. Even to the point that he recently just said he's not going to speak to the media for the rest of the season, and I think that lasted about 48 hours, if I'm being honest.
He should be fined every damn day he doesn't talk, because you signed a contractual agreement. It comes along with your contract as an NBA player.
You just really don't know what you're going to get with Kyrie on a day-to-day basis, whether it's on his own platforms like Instagram or Twitter or other social media, or he's on a podcast, or he's talking to ESPN.
You know, I felt like I was the best option on every team I played for, you know, down the stretch. This is the first time in my career where I could look down and be like, that can make that shot too.
It's glaring in terms of the pieces that we need in order for us to be at that next level. And I'm gonna continue to reiterate it. You know, we're gonna do the best with the guys that we have within our locker room now. And, you know, we worry about all the other stuff in terms of moving pieces and everything else as an organization down the line.
I also feel like his constant attack on the media and the drama that he causes adds more of a distraction to him and his team, which is everything that he says he doesn't want. It's almost like he enjoys it, like he enjoys the attention and he enjoys the controversy that he causes. Because surely if you don't want distraction, you just answer the question simply and just move on. Or you just don't say controversial things on other platforms or on podcasts to spark questions that members of the media or fans might ask you. And look, the media is there to generate more interest globally for the NBA and to generate more revenue, which helps players like him get the big money that he's been getting for the last few years, which he's gonna continue to get. And at the end of the day, it's actually his job. Like, he's not just playing in the local league down the road. He's an NBA player, and it's in your contract to speak unless you're hurt. I mean, if you did just want to hoop, then you could just go play, like I said, in the local league, or just play for a different league that doesn't even require any attention. I feel like instead of sabotaging his platform, he should use it in a more positive way to get attention on some of the subjects that he's really passionate about, and to shed light on some of the things that he does for the community, like the charitable work that he does. But instead, he chooses to talk about things like the flat earth.
When I started actually doing research on my own and figuring out that there is no real picture of Earth. Like, there's not one picture of Earth.
Now, he spoke about the flat earth thing a few times publicly, but again, it's one of those things he's backtracked on a few times also. Now, it's definitely not wrong of him to have an opinion on such a subject, but on a conspiracy like this that is so controversial and is backed by such little evidence, and with so many young people watching him and following him, I think he should be more conscious of what message he's putting out there about a subject that really I feel like shouldn't even be spoke about. by an NBA superstar. And if you really are trying to not cause distractions or bring more media attention to yourself, then it's probably something you want to stay away from, because that's just going to open a can of worms that you just don't want to open. Now, I'm definitely not saying he's wrong or right about the theory. I'm just saying it's one of those touchy subjects you should stay away from. And I think he realizes that because, again, like I said, this is one of those things he's backtracked on. The mood swings that it's been reported that he has, that's evident that he has, I actually don't mind. Look, we're all human at the end of the day. We have ups and downs. But that's one of the things that's actually going to hurt his team and his coaching staff in the long run, because you become an unpredictable player. And I guarantee you a bunch of players around him are going to feel like they're stepping on eggshells, because you don't know what you're going to get or the reaction you're going to get when you do something or say something.
So for the fourth time in 5 meetings, the Magic beat the Celtics.
But as a player and as a superstar who has such power within an organization, you can't act like that, because it's destructive to an extent. And if I'm being honest, I feel like a lot of it's fabricated to be like MJ or Kobe, where we all knew they were harsh on their teammates or demanding of them, or on the coaching staff or people that are around the media. But they did it completely differently, and this is definitely not the same. I feel like he's taken elements of that, but he's missed a whole different side of it, which obviously just narrows it down to just negativity. And look, as players, we can all tell when someone's being genuine in the way they're coming across, whether it's a in-game speech or in the locker room, or, you know, when you're talking to another teammate. When someone's saying things genuinely, we can feel it as players. And you can definitely spot a fake vocal leadership from a mile away, I feel like. Now, I'm not saying Kyrie doesn't have the right to be angry at his teammates or his coaching staff or in certain situations, but it's the delivery and the manner which he says it or in the interviews after that I feel like gets the wrong results and outcomes. He's also very sensitive when it comes to answering questions in the media. It's almost like every time he's asked something, he's either dismissive of it, or it comes across as patronizing, or the person who's asked the question is unintelligent or beneath him.
Your representatives met with ownership and let them know that you wanted out? No. Why not?
Why would I have to?
And finally, amongst other things, I feel like he loves LeBron James, but low-key hates him in such a big way. It's almost like he wants to get revenge on him and also get the recognition of being either just as good as LeBron or even better than LeBron, because every single interview that he's ever been asked about LeBron or LeBron's been mentioned, most of the time, I won't say every single one, but most of the time, he's either said something that's snidey or has dismissed LeBron James or has said some controversial things. I also think that KD suffers with this, and I genuinely believe that's why they get along so well and that's why they teamed up, because they share the hatred of LeBron James, because he's obviously overshadowed everyone in the league and they feel like they should be in that conversation. I feel like when they're alone together, that's the one thing they talk about, is how much they actually hate LeBron and what they think of him. And I get it, look, he's annoyed that he obviously doesn't get the same recognition. But come on, man, it's LeBron James. Like, you're very, very, very good. But there's levels to this. Like, don't compare or don't even try and downplay it. I love the confidence, but don't take it too far, please. And I also don't like the fact that he lies about certain things. I know there was a clip that went viral, I think it was the All-Star game, where him and KD were in a tunnel talking about obviously teaming up. And he had a major go at the media, saying that they're lying and why have they made this into a big issue. And it came out that KD did admit that they were talking about teaming up.
Somebody wants to take a video and I mean, it is what it is. Pour water on it? I'm a human being talking to another best friend of mine. Like, it's just crazy, you know. This is the stuff that just doesn't make the league fun. Like, it doesn't make the league fun. Nobody helps promote the league even more by doing like that. Like, just fictitious putting things on like what we're talking about. Like, it's crazy. I guess that's what you want. Right? And then it turns out to be a dissection of a free agency meeting. You get that? Like, do you get that? And then I'm asked questions about it. Like, that's what disconnects me from all. Like, because I have no connection to that. Like, over a video, I'm asking questions about the fans. You brought up the fans? Come on, man.
For me, he's just become a bit of a drama queen, and he's always saying cryptic things and saying sly things and not really saying what he actually feels. Most of the time, it seems like he doesn't actually think about what he's gonna say, and he says it based on his emotion at the time, which then makes him retract a lot of the things that he says down the line. He just needs to act more mature, to be honest, and handle situations like the superstar that he actually is, especially talking to the media and the questions that's thrown his way. He should really chew his words to make sure it doesn't hurt his image or come across in a certain way that he doesn't intend to, because it makes us question his credibility and question what he's actually talking about half of the time. He's not that young anymore, so you can't really make excuses for some of the things that he says and does. And certain behavior on and off the court should never really happen because he's too good of a player to let that ruin his image or his career. As such an amazing talent and as a generational player, he needs to really understand his roles and responsibilities in every aspect of the game. That's more than just performing on the court. He needs to really work on becoming a better leader, because even some of the things that you say in interviews can make your teammates dislike you and not want to play with you. And by all means, I'm all for being yourself and speaking your mind, but I think he needs to understand timing and delivery and how he says it, and think about everything that he says so he doesn't have to backtrack anymore. So that's it for today, guys, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. And again, as always, if you've been enjoying the content, please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the video to help support the channel so I can keep bringing you guys more content. And until next time, peace!